this is Fred Simoneau from PROFILPro.com. Here's Mikael Åkerfeldt from Opeth. Hi, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good?
Tired, but good.
Yeah? So, you just played in New York 2 days ago, did you?
Yeah, we played Boston after New York, and then came across to Canada. So we had a day off here yesterday.
Okay, good, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna start with a few questions which are related to the new album. You've mentioned that you wrote Sorceress in 6 months. Is there like a specific location where you like to sit down and it helps you with like inspiration and stuff like that?
No, I just go to my studio, which is, it's a mess there, to be honest. It's also like a little bit of a storage room for all our gear. So there's a corner there with a computer,
okay,
and a keyboard and a microphone and whatever you need.
Okay.
Where I do the demos, you know. So it's not. I love being down there, to be honest, you know. But it's, if you would walk in there, you go like, really, you know, that's it. But it's good for me, you know. It's not in my home, so I have to drive there,
okay,
which is basically means that I invest time solely to work, if you know what I mean. If I would be back home, you know, somebody's calling or there's an email or whatever coming in. Down there, there's no internet, no reception or anything, so...
You're in the woods, basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the woods, but it's like, you know, in an industrial area, like under, you know, like a few floors underground. But I get peace and quiet for the most part there. So I start work pretty early in the morning and work until I feel like...
Once you drop the kids, that's cool.
Pretty much.
Yeah, awesome. So based on what you've seen so far, like you released 3 singles, Sorceress, Will O' the Wisp, and Wildflowers. So how would you say is the response so far in the critiques? Or do you really read critiques?
I haven't seen a few Swedish ones, and they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I haven't been presented. Well, a few English ones too. Our publicist, we have publicists. They sent, you know, the results or whatever interviews we've done and send those through. So I've seen a few, and they've been good.
Yeah.
I guess, you know. But I mean, to me, a review, even if it's good, it makes me happy. It doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, no offense to music journalists, but their opinion doesn't matter more than a guy in the streets. You know, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Like, everybody's got a taste.
Yeah, personal opinion.
Yeah. So you know, it makes me happy when we get good reviews, but I don't linger on the good or the bad ones.
Okay. Yeah.
To be honest.
What about the crowd at the concert?
Great response.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to really be into those
awesome
new songs. I mean, we don't overplay. We play 3 new. We play those songs that you mentioned on this tour, and we do it fairly well. You know, sometimes I sing horribly, but you know, it goes down well every night.
That's awesome. What made you choose Sorceress as the title of the album?
Just a nice word that I came across. I wrote a song. I can't really remember exactly how it happened, but I think I wrote the acoustic song that's called Sorceress 2 first, and I figured that would be a nice title to that song. And then I wrote the heavy song that's called Sorceress, and I used the word in there, and it presented a bit of a problem to me because I wanted this soft song to be called Sorceress.
Yeah.
But I was singing Sorceress in the heavier song, and I figured, okay, I just called both of them Sorceress, and they felt like each other's opposites to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Yet I was determined to have the same title for them, which led me to decide that would be the title for the record too.
Okay.
It was a fitting thing. It was like 2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Those 2 songs, so it felt like a fitting theme, and a couple of other songs dealt with the same type of topic, I guess.
Yeah. What about the logo? Not the logo, but the cover.
Yeah, that was. I came up with the idea for that quite some time before we did the record, before I had any music, and sent Travis Smith, who's doing our sleeves since forever. I sent him the idea, like just emailed him, like that must have been a year and a half ago. You know, that I wanted the peacock, spreading its wings, standing on a pile of human flesh, basically. And he's like, "That's a cool idea," but I didn't hear back from him until, you know, we were working on the sleeve, basically, and he sent that through, and like it was perfect.
Okay, it's a nice piece of art.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. All right, more like Opeth related questions now. Do you get tired of hearing the same comments, the same questions over and over about the past and the present, the growl versus the clean?
No, I mean tired. I'm not sure if any questions are more tiring than others. You know, sometimes there's, you know, people want to investigate why. You know, why, what happened. You know, why are you doing that? You know, you had like a big fan base and like that stuff. And, so I get that question a lot. I do. But it's you know, I don't really know what to say. You know, like it's just change, basically. You know, it's for me going through the motions as a songwriter and a musician, a singer. I guess you know that you grow tired of things. You know.
Yeah.
You want to move on. Like it's not the same as a music consumer. You can play the same records over and over again. And you still love them. Mm-hmm. But as a writer, it's a different thing. You know. Mm-hmm. I thrive on experimentation and moving in some direction, changing it up a little bit. Yeah. And that's basically what happened. I felt after the Watershed record, which was the last one so far, with Screams, that we had reached a watershed, you could say, basically. Like, didn't want to do that stuff anymore. Yeah. You know, I didn't want one ingredient to be so important that it wouldn't be Opeth without it, if you know what I mean. And a lot of people are lingering on the screen saying that they're, you know, that's the Opeth sound right there. You take that out, it's not Opeth anymore. Mm-hmm. Understood. Fair enough. People have their opinion, you know, but I don't think it's like that. Mm-hmm. I think there's more to our sound than the screen. And for me, the change wasn't as dramatic as it was for some of our fans. But yeah, I get that question a lot, and you know, it's understandable. But in reality, people know me. They know that I don't consume that type of music, and I haven't for a long time. I don't listen to bands who sound like we did, and I don't listen to bands who sounds like we originally did, like before we even had a record deal. I don't consume death metal anymore unless I'm in a party mood and I want to listen to Morbid Angel or Autopsy. I still love those bands, you know, but it doesn't inspire me, and it hasn't for a long, long time. Yeah,
it's a good answer. Would you share with us the strangest anecdote of or experience that you had on stage?
Stage? No. I mean, you've fallen over a couple of times on stage.
You did it?
Yeah, I jumped on the drum riser and kind of miscalculated the distance and fell into the drums. I've done that twice. Martin Mendes done it once. I love it when things like that happen. I think it's funny. Yeah. You know, a perfect show we do, maybe 1 out of 1,000 is a perfect show for us. The imperfections can make somewhat of a perfect show in a different way, but I love it when weird things and unexpected things like that happen. I think it's funny. I love it when we fuck up, and sometimes we have to stop and kind of pick it up, like where we fucked up.
It's human.
Yeah, it's human, and it's you know, like one of those things that's been kind of taken out of music. I think in recent years, with people using machines or rather a computer with backing tracks and vocals and all sorts of things are on there. We're still a live band, so a lot of things can go wrong for us. Absolutely. But to be honest, I would be more nervous about a machine on there. What happens when the machine breaks down, you know? Everything goes silent and there's nothing left. There's not even a band that can play the songs left. So that would make me more nervous than playing the wrong key or singing out of tune or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I quote, "We don't know what we are anymore, which means we are more than likely a progressive rock band." So many say that the prog died in late 70s. What do you think about it?
Well, I think people who say that they're referring to the birth of punk. You know, we took the coolness factor out of Pink Floyd and Genesis and those kinds of bands. And in all fairness, they became very pompous, some of those bands. But I think Animals, Pink Floyd, I mean, that's from 1977. It's a great record, I think. There was some great music done then. There was some bands who, like a second wave with Marillion and Arena. I personally didn't listen to those bands, you know, but they were alive and well, so to speak, so it didn't die. I think it's just like a history lesson that most people forgotten about anyways and couldn't comment on it because they weren't there.
Yeah.
Something that music journalists and spotty punk rockers said in the late 70s, that it was always there.
Yeah. Good. Okay, considering your experience and knowledge now in 2016, what would you tell a 20-year-old who wishes to become like a full-time musician in the progressive rock music?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's to each their own. You know, you do your own music. I think for me, the most important thing was to find our own sound, basically, that I felt. We eventually, like in the beginning, we didn't have a sound of our own, I didn't think. But we made a few songs in the early 90s that just, I couldn't really find any other bands that sounded like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that was very important for me, and that made me feel that we have something. You know, we don't have any, there's no interest in the band, nobody knows who we are, but you know, what we do between the four of us, that were like, we were four guys in the band, or three maybe. It was something that, it was our little secret,
yeah.
If you know what I mean. So that was good. That was a good feeling. So I think that's the most important thing. If you want to be a progressive rock musician, so to speak, or progressive metal musician, these days it's a genre. I think it's a genre closely connected to virtuos-like musicianship. It's a bit pompous. You know, that's genre.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily call it progressive, you know what I mean. For me, progressive music still means mixing up a lot of salsa music, not necessarily being technically advanced.
Okay.
So you know, like if from my view, I would probably. My word of advice would be to consume a lot of music, different genres, and stretch your imagination a little bit and listen to stuff that maybe you didn't think that you would like.
Yeah.
But I personally draw inspiration from all sorts of genres of music, and I almost never listen to contemporary progressive rock music.
Okay. We asked the fans if you had one question to ask Mikael. Do I pronounce it right? Mikael?
Well, it's open for interpretation.
Yeah.
Mikael.
Yeah. One question, and the one that came up that I preferred, I really liked it. So have you had a chance to look at Arians, the Theater Equation DVD that was released last June, where Anneke is now playing or replacing you as Fear?
Well, I met her, and she said this to me, that she's gonna do my part, including the scream, she said, but I guess that didn't happen in the end. She did something else. But those big theatrical shows, I know Arian very well, he's a friend of mine. I'm very happy to be part of that project, but it's such a theatrical thing, you know. I saw like clips on net from it, and felt like, thank God I wasn't there.
Oh yeah?
Because I like it involved some acting, I think.
It sure does. Yeah.
And I couldn't do that.
Okay.
Simply, he's much better off with her, for sure. You know, she's both prettier and sings better. You know, maybe she can act too. So that's much better for her.
Now I have a few more questions. We're almost done. They're all like 1 or 2 words answer.
Yeah.
It's the fun part. So which one would you prefer? The Opeth cruise or the Opeth festival?
Festival.
One day, a possible Storm Corrosion too?
Yes.
One album you would never ever get rid of, no matter what?
The soundtrack to Grease.
I did not expect that.
Technically, it's mine. I purchased it, but it belongs to my youngest daughter.
Oh, that's good. Opeth's #1 fan base country?
Per capita. I'm not sure. That's difficult. I would probably say Australia.
Oh, Australia. Best Swedish prog rock band besides yourself?
Well, I have to go for anecdote.
Anecdote.
Yeah.
Good. That answers the other question I was going to ask later on, but
Yeah.
that's good. Yes or Genesis?
Difficult. It differs from day to day. I'd say yes for now.
Have you or will you be shopping for vinyls here in Montreal?
I have.
You have. What did you buy?
I bought, like, it was weird. I bought a Swedish guitar player called Jan Schaffer. His record. You travel from Sweden, you buy Swedish music in Montreal.
Yeah.
And a Swedish fusion band called Solar Plexus. I had both records already, but I bought them again. Yusuf Lateef, 2 records with him. Some Canadian, etc.
Yep. And that's pretty old.
Yeah, I
Yep.
bought that one. Slush,
Yes. That's
had it already, but bought another copy. Mahogany Rush, of course. A bunch of records, Mahogany Rush. Captain Beyond record. I don't think I bought anything that, like, apart from etc. I didn't have that one. Yusuf Lateef. I had all of those other records
okay.
already.
So why do you double them? Like,
That's a question you can ask.
okay. If there was one song you wish you had written, which one would it be?
Well, here's a trick question, because you could either pick a song that will make you rich, or you can make a song that will make you
Good
really
point.
proud. I can do one of each then. What's the biggest selling single of all time? Maybe
Michael Jackson's Thriller?
okay, Thriller. It's also a good song, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So that one, and A Day in the Life with the Beatles.
Nice one. Yeah. Okay. What is the one vinyl you have long been searching for, but in vain?
British heavy rock band called Leafhound put out one record in '71 called Growers of Mushroom. I have a copy of it, but a German pressing on Telefunken Records.
Okay.
And I want the British pressing on Decca Records.
Okay. You guys heard that, right?
Well, well, if they have, like, I shouldn't say it, but if I would find it, unless I find it in a flea market or something,
Mm-hmm.
if I would buy it from a record shop, for instance, it would probably put me back around $5,000 US.
Wow. Okay.
But I've never even seen a real copy of it.
Okay. It's a weird question here. Hockey or basketball?
Hockey.
Good. Swedish. Trump or Clinton?
Well, I have to say Clinton.
Dream location for vacations?
Say again?
Dreamed location for a good vacation?
Where I was last summer, Gotland, which is an island off the east coast of Sweden, southeast coast.
Okay. Do you ever bring your kids to an Opeth concert?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever considered a solo career?
As in soul music?
Yep.
No.
No. French or Italian cuisine?
I warmed up to French recently, but I'll go Italian.
Okay. You already answered my anecdote versus Anglagard question, which was...
Maybe I changed my mind now.
Go ahead.
Anecdote.
Anecdote. Best album from Anecdote?
From Within. I love From Within.
Same here. Okay, tonight we're October 4th, Tuesday. You're in Montreal. You're going to be playing tonight. That's the last question. Which song are you going to be playing first?
Well, my voice is fucked up, but we'll try. We'll probably do Sorceress anyways.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Mikael.
Thank you.
When you're tired of waiting, when time is not on your side, when you're tired of hating.